moved in and pushed a lot of the deer out, but they've been done in here working for a few weeks, so we'll see what happens here. I'm hoping that he makes an appearance tonight with these cold temps. So, stay tuned. Well, it's day 2 in Kansas, and we slept in this morning. It was pretty crunchy out, like walking on glass. So we let it warm up a little bit and soften the snow and the sun. And it wasn't quite as bad getting in today as it was yesterday. Last night I seen a lot of does and fawns, a coyote, no bucks. I think there was a buck that was coming in right at last light. I seen another deer, but I couldn't tell what it was. It was too dark, so we're set up with the camera, and this is a pretty good spot, I think. It looks pretty awesome. There's some big rubs around this blind. I know it's late season and rubs aren't important, but the owner of the outfitting operations had a feeder running in here for about a week now, and there's no snow within 20 yards around the feeder. There's been a lot of deer in here, so I think we're gonna be in for a pretty good evening. Stay tuned. Well, it is, I think it's the 29th today. Yeah, today's the 29th, day 4 here in Kansas. The weather has been unbelievably crazy. Just Mother Nature's drunk. Went from -6 with the wind chill on Monday night. Tuesday was -2 with the wind chill. And yesterday it got up to about 55. Today it's about 74 degrees. I didn't even bring enough lightweight clothes. I brought stuff because it was supposed to be cooler, cold. The deer movement was awesome on Tuesday. Saw a really nice buck in here. I couldn't decipher if he was mature or not, so I held off because I think there's better deer in here. The deer movement's definitely gotten slower because of this warm weather. They're not having to look for food as much, so this is my 3rd day, almost all day set in this blind. We didn't hunt the mornings the first 2 days because it was so crunchy. We didn't want to be educating if there was big deer in here, I didn't want to blow them out of here in the dark. So we waited till like 9, 10 o'clock mid-morning to come in and set all day. I'm giving this spot, this is probably the final day I'm going to sit here. I've been here since about 2 o'clock today. And I was in here this morning about a good 30 minutes set up in the dark before daylight. And I sat till 10. I saw 6 or 7 does and a spike and a nice 2-year-old 8-point. He hung out. I got some footage you'll see. But I'm hoping that I saw a deer running across the field late morning about 9 o'clock today. It looked like a pretty good deer. So I'm hoping, I would expect that the deer movement is going to be late tonight, right before dark, like last light. But I'm hoping that when these does filter in tonight, that maybe this buck's going to come with them. So, if he does, we'll be waiting for him, and hopefully we'll get it done on camera for you. Alright, well, we're all set up. It's about 2:45 here in Kansas. This is day day 5. This is the second to our last evening of hunting. The end of the season's tomorrow. But these warm temperatures, it's gotten slow. I think that the deer have really transitioned away from the easy food sources like the feeders and the corn that's been put out by our outfitter, which is legal here. I'm sitting a feeder, but I'm on winter wheat. I specifically requested to be overlooking transition area between like bedding and coming to winter wheat. Every night in the evenings when we've come out, the fields are just loaded with deer in this winter wheat. And for anybody that knows Kansas, normally there's not a ton of winter wheat, but this fall was excellent for farming, and a lot of the farmers were able to get it in, and I'm seeing them out in Bourbon County. So we're trying to make the best fit, trying to make some moves. I know Mike Wheeler's doing everything he can to put people on deer. It's just, they're kind of nocturnal right now. I'm just hoping one slips up. This spot is very secluded. The only thing that can see this field is a train that's behind us. There's some train tracks behind us. So I have high hopes for tonight. It's been a fun hunt regardless. Good group of guys in camp. Made some new friends, so that's what it's all about. boys. I got it on film, and I'm pretty sure I smoked him. I think I died double lung. I'm not sure if he crashed or not, but he crashed into a fence row, and he was struggling when he hit the fence row. So I'm gonna get down and go take a walk down these tracks behind me and glass the backside of this fence row and see if he's laying there. If he's not laying there, then we'll probably wait till morning. I reviewed the footage, but I couldn't move. I was pinned down pretty good, so I had to take a long shot. He was on edge, and he bolted right when I was getting ready to shoot, so I had to shoot him at 51 yards. So we'll see if he's laying over here. I don't think he went far, but stay tuned. All right, so we've been looking for, 45 minutes, an hour, and Mikey, my guide, he's like, Scotty, we went to the easiest part first, and he said, if this deer's in here, I've pulled a lot of deer out of this spot right here. So he's over on one side. Mike can kind of scan how thick this is in here. It's gnarly. So I'm on one side, and Mike's on the other, and I'm sneaking down this creek bank, and long story short, I walk up on this deer, and he's curled up, and I'm 35 yards from him, and he's just staring at me. I can't get a shot, so I try to, for like 5 minutes, I'm trying to dodge in and out of this brush and trees, and he's laying down in this creek bank. And when I got about 30 yards from him, he stood up, and he was in bad shape, and he kind of hobbled and got in behind a bunch more brush. So I had to make a loop around him about another 40 yards and come back around in front of him. And I just got another one in him, and he is laying. He's still pumping in the river. So we got our deer, going home on the last day. A very happy camper. Thanks to Mike Wheeler, Wheeler's Whitetails. And thanks to my guys for pushing me and my Outdoor X Media crew. You guys are awesome.
Awesome job, Scotty. Never give up.
Okay, well, after a sleepless night here in Kansas, we're hunting with Mr. Mike Wheeler of Wheeler's Whitetails, and my guide Mike today. Him and I just drugged this deer out of the river. We had to finish him off this morning. The hit was high. It was obviously fatal. He was going to lay there and die. We think the coyotes probably bumped him last night, but needless to say, we got back on him this morning and jumped him up, gave me another shot about 30 yards, and he flipped back into the river. But gotta give a shout out to all my buddies who kept me positive on this one. It was a rough night, but he's a great deer, great 8-point representative of Mike's operation here. I think he's probably a 4-year-old mature deer. Really big deer. Super happy with him. Can't be more happy with how things went this week. You come out here, you just got to stay positive and listen to Mike and his guides. And this is my second trip here to Wheeler's. I came out in 2015, early season with a muzzleloader, and I shot another 8-point, 9-point that was really good deer. So listen to them, and this is the Wheeler way right here. So thanks to Mike, thanks to Little Mike, Eric, for all you guys' help. And thanks to my Outdoor X Media guys for keeping me positive and always pushing us to keep the cameras rolling. So Kansas, last day of the 2022 archery season, and we're going home fat and happy.